What's going on? I'm Scott alongside Mr. Brandon Kay and Mr. JD Walker, and welcome to Foreign Sport Friday, where we as Americans take a look at sports that we never knew existed because they're existing all around the world. So, kicking it off this time around, we are going to Malaysia, and if you ever had a sport where you have volleyball, but decided that you don't want to actually be allowed to use your hands, you have Sepak Takraw. Basically, kick volleyball. This is a Malaysian sport that's been around for decades at this point. It is very similar to volleyball in the fact that it works with 21 points, best 2 out of 3. And what ends up happening is you have to win a round by 2 points or it goes to sudden death. Very similar to volleyball scores, very similar to badminton in this case. The only difference is no hands are allowed. So this particular sport is predominant to Asia in general. There's a little bit of a growth here in the U.S., but if you look at just that.
A lot of people getting kicked in the face, I'm sure.
Possibly. So.
I've seen some clips of this before, so this is nothing that I'm totally unfamiliar with. But yeah, in terms of being in America, like nothing. But it is, and it's got some what's hacky sack. It's got some hacky sack in it too. Yeah. Hacky sack, soccer, volleyball, badminton, just throwing them together, those 4 sports, and this is what pops out. How do you pronounce it?
Sepak Takraw. S-E-P-A-K.
Sepak
Takraw. T-A-K-R-A-W.
One word or two?
2 words. So.
Okay.
But yeah, popular.
Nice. What happens when you combine volleyball and soccer?
Basically, yeah. But again, very, very similar in this case, just no hands are allowed. So you get a lot of flying kicks going.
Yeah, and I'm imagining like 2 players going up for the same time and somebody getting kicked in the face. You see it in soccer all the time. 2 players going for a header at the same time, and then just
Yeah, there's got to be communication in this out the wazoo.
Probably. Additionally with this sport too is if you notice that when they do so many bicycle kicks, they're landing straight on concrete. So you've got to be able to control that fall a little bit.
Yeah, this is straight hardcore floor. That hurts.
Yeah,
when you fall on it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, is there a reason why you can't have like a kind of a stern padded floor that's kind of somewhat absorbent falls and not as bone cracking to the way that floor makes it seem?
You probably need traction just for the jumping off the ground. So that's why you need a hard floor, and you can't do it on. You can't do it in like a padded pit.
Could be.
Get some hospital grippy socks.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hard floor would allow you to leap a little bit better, get better traction when you go airborne. But again, if you see all these guys, they just hit the ground every single time.
Yeah, they try and catch themselves too, and it's not just falling straight down. There is some instinctual putting their hands down and stuff and trying to catch themselves.
Probably some nasty injuries in this sport.
One would think, but I mean, credit to actually having
concussion from a kick to the face, lots of rolled ankles, busted wrists from falling on the floor with no padding whatsoever.
Landing on your back too, just straight down like that. I mean, these guys are probably trained to land properly, but still.
I mean, they're pretty flexible if they can pull off bicycle kicks in midair like that.
Yeah.
Like this guy, backflip.
Yes, bicycle kicks in soccer a lot, but that's at least on grass usually.
Right. And they usually don't get this much hang time.
All right, that is Sepak Takraw, sport of Malaysia, 62 years now at this point. Give me your thoughts if you got it. So.
I'll go with, we'll go with obscurity to start. I'll give it a 6 because I had never seen this until today. But we've definitely found some more obscure ones here before, and it's sort of it's an interesting mashup of volleyball, soccer, and a little bit of badminton. And so I give that a 6 for obscurity. Badassery is 7, because in order to get that much hang time on bicycle kicks, you need to be fast and flexible and be able to regularly smash body parts into a concrete floor. Playability 4.
Okay.
Because of the mention, there's no padding whatsoever on this. It's not hardwood, but it's like that hard court gym floor, like a tennis court almost, which is standard for indoor volleyball, but that stuff hurts. Watchability, I give it an 8. It's actually pretty if I had any kind of interest or just randomly saw this on, it's more watchable than a regular volleyball game. So both are pretty good. Also, I'll give it an 8 for watchability. Bettability, I'm thinking 5, because aside from the final scores, or like over/under or point spread, I really don't see what else to bet on aside from number of body parts injured, in a given match.
Maybe X number of points by specific players too.
Yeah. Like how many aces or kills can a particular player get, but that's about it.
Fair. Brandon, you want to go next? Or you want me to go next?
I'll start. I'll go in kind of the same order. Obscurity, I'll go right in the middle at a 5. I think it's like JD said, nothing too kind of unfamiliar to us. I think it's a hybrid of familiar sports here in the country, in the States. So I think it's kind of right down the road in that. Watchability, I would go also with an 8. I think that, like he said, along with the aspects of kind of the combining the sports that are familiar to us, it is entertaining. It is there's very energetic. It is fast paced with back and forth. So I do think it is an 8 as well for watchability. Bet ability, I'm gonna go a 4. Not too many things. If we really want to get kind of split hairs with kind of these really minute things, then maybe we can find some things to bet on for that. But I think it's on the lower spectrum of bettability. So I'm going to go 4 on that. Playability, I'm going to go 4 maybe. I'll push it up to a 4. I think there are certain aspects of that personally that maybe I could do, like just some of the the hacky, like I said before, some of the hacky sack aspect of it, but like the jumping part, yeah, like the jumping roundhouse kicking part of it, not a chance. I can't jump, nor can I Cirque du Soleil in midair like that by my own mind control. What's the last one I'm missing? Badassery. Yeah, I'm gonna go an 8. I think the true athleticism, the leg power and body control in the air, I think it really takes a high level of skill. So I'm pretty high on the badassery scale on that one.
Nice. All right, so on my side of the fence, obscurity, I have to probably give this a 7. This is not something I knew about. I don't think people here in the States are familiar with it, and there's not really that big of an influx of the Malaysian population over here. This might be one of those things you might find on Hulu, maybe, but for here, I think this is pretty much located to the Asian community, but outside of that, Europe, here, I don't think anybody knows about it, so 7 there. Badassery, I give this thing a 9. Also because of the fact of the unbridled flexibility that's required for this. The leg, not just be able to, lift off the ground like that, but to be able to time it the way you do and be able to be flexible enough to hit the ball back and also just spike it in general. I give that a 9. Playability, I got to give it a 3. I am not anywhere near limber enough for something like that. I don't know how well I could probably survive, a 2 to 3 round match of this sort of thing. So playability, I might be good for like the first 10, and then after that, there's no way I'm going to get to 21 points ever. Watchability, probably give it like a 7. I think it's one of those things that I find enjoyable. I find it impressive. If it was a true legit Olympic sport, I think you're going to see the unbridled best of the best, and that would probably push that up to like a 9. For right now, though, I'm calling it a 7 until there's massive international, worldwide competition for it. As far as bettability goes, I never really bet against it. I'm going to give this one a 6 because of the fact that I do think a lot of people can make money on betting on something like this, based not just on the overall score, but the point differential, the spread, the points that individual players get, blocks, etc. I think there's a lot you can break down with something like this. So when in doubt, always assume that Vegas can make money off it. So 6 on that one. Cool. So that basically is Sepak Takraw, Sport of Malaysia. This is Americans React To on Stream Punk Sports. Thanks again. I'm Scott. That's Brandon. That's JD Walker. Comment, like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments if there's any sport you want us to cover. Take care. Stay awesome.